Hey everyone, so we are going to discuss. This is for the previous video. You already knowing regarding what is research, and also you can define what is basic research versus fundamental research, and then basic research, pure research, yeah, versus applied research, yeah, and then the other one thing to make end up this previous video will be the benefit of research for managers. Now we are going to discuss the characteristic of scientific research, what we call the hallmark of scientific research, yeah. The hallmark or main characteristic of scientific research may be listed as follow. Yeah, this is purposiveness, rigor, testability, replicability, precision and confidence, objectivity, generalizability, and then parsimony. Yeah. So we are going to discuss each one of first one will be purposiveness. Yeah. I already highlight that the manager has started the research with a definite aim or purpose. Yeah, I'm going to show you later what is actually aim or purpose in your thesis. Yeah, the focus is on increasing. This is the different example. The focus is on increasing the commitment of employee to the organization, as this will be beneficial in many ways. Yeah, this is the example title for management. Yeah, later I will have a example specific for accounting topics. Yeah, but the point is, as a researcher, let replace the manager as a you as a researcher has started to definite aim or purpose. Yeah, yeah. So usually, if you are noticed in abstract, the beginning sentence will be the aim of the studies is blah blah blah. Yeah. How about rigor? Yeah, a good. This is the characteristic number two. A good theoretical base and a sound methodological design will add a rigor to a purposive study. Yeah, rigor can be defined as carefulness. Yeah, and the degree of exactitude in research investigations. Yeah, let me put example. In this case of our example, let us say that the manager of an organization asks 10 to 12 of its employee to indicate what would increase their level of commitment to it. Yeah? If solely on the basis of their responses, the manager reaches several conclusions on how employee commitment can be increased. The whole approach to the investigation will be unscientific. Why they saying unscientific? Yeah, it would, I will put in green, it would lack of rigor. Yeah, for the following reason. Why? The first one, the conclusion would be incorrectly drawn because they are based on the response of just a few employees whose opinion might not be representative of those of the entire workforce. Yeah, so if you notice, they have 12 employee, or we call populations, and then the sample is just 10. How about the other two? Yeah, how about the other two of employee? Yeah, that's why it would lack of rigor. Yeah, and number two, the manner of framing and addressing the questions could have introduced bias. Yeah, or incorrect in the response. Yeah, so why it could be biased? Because you are not collecting all information. Yeah, regarding your problem. Yeah, so be careful in terms of sample and population. Yeah, the better is the sample equal with populations. Yeah, but we are going to discuss later in uh, research methodology. Yeah. And then number three, there might be many other important influences on organizational commitment that is a small sample. Yeah, so like we are mentioning in our previous video, several factors that influence stock price. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of factors influencing stock price. Yeah, they are not discussed in our topic. Yeah. Okay, the third will be testability. Yeah, the manager or researchers, yeah, you as a researchers develop certain hypothesis, yeah. So hypothesis is the prediction based. So what is a hypothesis? Hypothesis will be we will be discussed in chapter 2 in your thesis, yeah. Hypothesis is temporary opinion based on previous research, yeah. So when you are making opinion, when you are predicting, yeah, like assuming, I'm predicting that today will be very traffic in during your way to home to your to your campus, yeah. Why you are predicting that today will be highly traffic? Because on based previous research, because on previous data in the last 2 weeks, from my home to my campus will be traffic. That's why I'm predicting that will be hypothesis. That's why I'm predicting based on previous data, based on previous research, that will be hypothesis. Yeah. So the manager or researcher develops certain hypothesis on how employee commitment can be enhanced. Then this can be tested by applying certain statistical tests to the data collected for the purpose. Yeah. So we are going to use statistical software. We are going to discuss about a statistical method. Yeah. So your hypothesis or your scientific prediction can be tested. Yeah. This is hypothesis that can be tested when the data are collected. Yeah. A correlation analysis will indicate whether the hypothesis is substantiated or not. Yeah. The use of several other tests such as chi-square or t-test. Yeah. Don't don't get bother with the chi-square and t-test. That will be discussed later. But let's put focus on hypothesis. Yeah. So hypothesis that can be tested when the data are collected. Yes. So you are predicting that that today will be traffic based on what? Based on previous data, sir. Okay, based on previous data, it means when you are talking about based on previous data, there are several data. Yeah, when we are talking about the data in the last 2 weeks, you can show me where is the data. Yeah, and then after you are showing me the data, let's put example, the data will be the number of vehicle, yeah, during your from your way home to the campus. Yeah, so we can receive the number of vehicle, yeah, for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, that will be the data are collected, yeah. And then we are going to put the number of vehicle for those 2 weeks into the statistical software. Yeah, that will be the furthermore how we continue after the data collected, and then we are going to put your data into statistical software. Yeah, that will be testability. Yeah, the other will be replicability. Replicability. Yeah. To put it differently, the result of the test hypothesis should be supported again and yet again with the same type of research. Yeah, it's repeated in other similar circumstances. So you need put more attention to find more article journal that's similar topic with your thesis. Yeah, that will be your assignment. Yeah, so let's put example that you are going to discuss the existence of loan commissioners toward stock price. Yeah, so at least you are need 8 or might be 10 previous research to support your hypothesis. Yeah, so when you are predicting, yeah, it is based on previous research. Yeah, so after you are done with your research can be easily replicated by the other student, by the other person, by the other researcher. Yeah, that is replicability. Yeah, precision and confidence will be the next characteristic. Precision refer to the closeness of the finding to the reality based on sample. Yeah, in other words, don't forget, I already mentioned before, if it could possible, your number of sample is equal with the population, but at least it's nearly the number of sample, nearly the number of populations. Yeah, otherwise, we already mentioned in characteristic number 2, you are collecting opinion from 10 person but the population is 12%. Yeah, so there is lack of rigorousness regarding you are collecting only 10 opinion, but somehow you have 12 employee. Yeah, confidence, yeah, refers to the probability that our estimation are correct. That is, it is not merely enough to be precise. Yeah, you cannot 100% confidence that your hypothesis will be tested and then the result will be 100% correct, but at least, yeah, you are claiming 95% that you are confident regarding the testability of your hypothesis. Yeah, so that will be referred to confidence. How come that we can discuss 95%, 5% of being wrong? Yeah, that will be depend on our statistical tools. Yeah, so I'm telling you more, don't get bothered with with this confidence level, but this sentence just want to saying that you are confident 95, you should confidence 95% regarding your tested hypothesis. Yeah, that will be confidence. Objectivity, the conclusion drawn through the interpretation of the result of data analysis should be objective. Yeah, that is, they should be based on the fact of the findings derived from actual data. Yeah, so you are not doing research for specific interest. You are not doing research for you are doing research based on the data. Yeah, the conclusion is based on the data. The conclusion is not to support for the specific person. Yeah, but the conclusion is to support your organization based on the data. Yeah, and then generalizability. Generalizability refers to the scope of applicability of the research finding in one organizational setting to other settings. To other settings will be referred to basic or applied research. Basic research, fundamental research, pure research. Yeah, so your findings can be setting to other industry. Yeah, that is generalizability. We cannot put generalizability in applied research, yeah, because don't forget applied research is only specific the result only for those corporate, because the data, the information is from the internal corporate, and then the solution is for those corporations. Yeah, and then parsimony, simplicity in explaining the phenomenon or problems that occur and in generating solutions for the problem. Yeah, so don't forget regarding the phenomenon or problem. Yeah, and it's generating solutions for the problem. Yeah, so we are not doing research because you have a lot of time. We are not doing research because actually there's no problem, but I want doing research. No. Yeah, that will be the parsimony. Yeah, so parsimony will be the end of the Hallmark scientific research characteristic. Okay, so we are going to next video regarding characteristic of research.